The Detroit Lions rookies are finally getting on the field for camp, and as such, are beginning to get outfitted with their first NFL jerseys. That means that the players will finally get their new numbers they will sport at the next level. For fans and players alike, this ritual is exciting, as everyone gets to enjoy their fresh start and perhaps ponder what jersey they need to add to their collection next with a new number. Finally, these number assignments have begun to trickle out for the Lions after their work at rookie camp on Friday. Detroit only has a 6-member rookie class this season, but also has a few undrafted free agents wearing interesting numbers too. What are these numbers, and what are some of the other players who have sported the same number through the years for Detroit? Here's a quick look at what the rookies will be wearing for the Lions, and a quick history lesson on who they will be competing with to make the number their own into the future. 77, Ragnow takes a number that hasn't been a mainstay in Detroit lately and will attempt to make it his own. The latest player to wear it popularly was Cornelius Lucas. Before that, Mike Compton held it down. Other than that, Curly Culp, Dick Evey, Keith Ferguson, John Gordon, Mike Haggerty, Anthony Herron, Israel Idonije, Rick Johnson, Dan Larosi, Luther Linden, Garvin Mugg, Ben Paolucci, John Sanchez, Clint Stickdorn and John Woodcock were the most famous players to wear the number in Detroit. Obviously, if Ragnow can be like Compton, Lions fans won't be sad one bit. 33-21 was taken, so Johnson rolls up over 10 numbers for his Detroit Duds. The latest player to wear 33 in Detroit was cornerback Alex Carter. After that, Jahi Ward-Daniels, Bobby Thompson, James Thompson, Marcus Thomas, Steven Suchek, Harry Smith, Harry Seltzer, Chris Roberson, Bruce Rhodes, Nick Pietrasante, Don Overton and Cedric Irvin were just a few of the famous players in this number. Pietrasante once graced Sports Illustrated in the Detroit 33 as a runner, so Johnson has something to shoot for there. 47 with 23 off the table courtesy of his cousin Darius Slay. Walker was forced to change, and goes with 47, and will try to make it in the Detroit defensive backfield wearing the same number Ryan McNeil once did. Otherwise, John Arnold, Dan Gronkowski, Edward Lee and Wayne Rasmussen all represented the same number for the Lions historically. 93 Hand couldn't wear his Alabama 9 in the Motor City for obvious reasons, but he does alright by the 93. Tyron Walker recently held that number down, and historically, it's been good. Jerry Ball once wore the same number, as did Tim Ross, Corey Smith, Kyle Vanden Bosch and Kerwin Waldrop. There are some solid linemen there, so Hand has something to shoot for, especially with Ball, who was beloved for a long time by Lions fans. 65 Crosby moves out of the 73 to the 65, and finds a number that has been occupied plenty before. Eric Andolsek, Les Bingaman, Curlin Blaze, Amos Fowler, Dylan Gandy, Ken Long, Dave Thompson and Damian Woody were the most famous 65s the team has seen. Obviously, the chance exists for Crosby to make the number his own and arguably be the most successful player ever to sport it in Detroit. 46 The new fullback gets the old number of Stan Edwards, a former Michigan fullback. Otherwise, there's not been a long history with the number in Detroit. Larry Ferguson, Leon Fitchman, Bruce Maxwell and Doug Wyatt have been the most famous players in the number. Obviously, Bodden will have a chance to make it his own with a nice career paving the way up front in Detroit. An interesting number for the undrafted rookie to select. Quarterback James Hardy wore it in 1952, as did kicker Rich Carlos in 1990, Ricardo Benny in 1976-79 and Garo Yepremian in 1966-67 and punter Matt Kinzer in 1987. quarterback Don Majkowski was the most famous one, though, and there hasn't been many through the years. Just another reason to root for Powell, a wideout who could be a special teams ace. To make the team, 10 Charlie Batch's old number now belongs to undrafted rookie Theo Redding. Additionally, Corey Fuller, Jack Concannon, Sonny Gibbs, John Green, Casper Mosgood and Scotty Vines wore the number. Redding will try to make it on the team like Fuller did wearing the 10. He'd take Batch's run in the NFL for himself too, likely. 36 Benny Blades wore this number, so that's quite a history for the undrafted free agent defensive back Antoine Davis to live up to. Steve Owens, a runner, also held it down in Detroit. Obviously, though, Davis will want to try and play like Blades did, a player who was beloved in Detroit for his hitting and aggressiveness in the defensive backfield. Davis has a chance to be that guy now and fight his way onto the team. 86 Lewis, a wideout and running back hybrid, gets a number that Danny Bradley, Marlon Briscoe, Willie Green, Mark Nichols, and perhaps most famously, David Sloan held down for the Lions. Sloan was a fan favorite, so Lewis will have to make the team to get himself into that number for the future, which has meant so much to the Lions offense thanks to what Sloan brought the team on and off the field for years.